Hi everyone, my name's Amira, aka Mimi from Mimi's Wonderful Nursery. Excuse me, they got flies everywhere. I'm trying to attack my babies. Happy Sunday. So I'm gonna get to this. Today I am reviewing. I'm sorry, forgot to introduce you. This is my little co-host, Mr. Oliver, aka Lukey, aka Lucas, my love love. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so today we're doing a movie. I'm reviewing a movie for it's it's called Return to Me. It is a new it's a I'm having a brain freeze. Okay. Okay. It's my allergies. Instead of sneezing, I'm coughing. Okay. The title of the movie is called Return to Me. It is a 1920. It's a 2000 film. Um, the ratings are uh, from IMDb. I sorry. Um, ooh, I wasn't coughing before I started filming. So serious. On IMDb, it's got a 6.9 out of 10. Um, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 62. It got a rating of 62%. And Metacritic something, it's got a 54 out of 100. Get off my baby. The cast are David Duchovny, Minnie Driver, excuse me, Carol Con, Carol O'Connor, Wyatt Lou. I can't even say last name. He's Italian. Bonnie Hunt, David Allen Greer, Julie Richardson, uh, and several others. So let's go into it. So the film is set in. Also, there's a song for the title. So most songs have titles that's based on a film has sometimes have based on. They have a song that the movies. The movie has a song that's based on it, or they based the film after the song. There's a song for this movie. It's also okay. Oh, it's before. So they based the movie off the song because it's called Return to Me. And it's sung by DeMar. And it's in the film. It's in the beginning credits. Uh, it is a 2000 American romantic comedy drama film directed by Bonnie Hunt, starring David Duchovny, Minnie Driver. And it filmed in Chicago and was released on April 7th, 2000. I was in high school. Uh, um, and it was released by MGM, which is Metro Golden Mayer. It was Carol O'Connor final film before his death following that year. Also, he died that year. Okay. it, um, it starts off following David Duchovny's character, and which is his name is Bob Rulin, and his and okay, so the characters are Bob and Elizabeth Rulin, which is played by David Duchovny and Julie Jolie Richardson. So Elizabeth is a zookeeper, and she's trying to get funding to build uh, a bigger closure for her gorilla friend. And the park is called Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. And so she's trying to get a fundraiser. Richard Allen Guerrero, he also plays Charlie Johnson. He works at the zoo too. So he's so basically in this scene, Elizabeth is trying to fundraise for a big enclosure. Bob's husband, Bob, is a builder. Yeah, Bob the builder. And he's willing to build an enclosure for her. She's trying to raise the money, but he says he'll build it. But she comes with everything. But so it's the fundraiser. So there's a fundraiser, and they have to party. Now, it splits off to where Grace. Grace is played by Minnie Driver. She needs a heart transplant. So she's at the hospital waiting for a heart transplant. Now, she's there with her friend, Bonnie Hunt, who's played, her character is Megan Dayton. And James Belushi plays her husband, Joe. So, she's there with her friend. So while the scene is in that, they, trying to do a call it. It's a really lovely movie. Elizabeth gets in the accident. You don't see the accident, but you see them rushing her and Bob to the hospital. Bob is... It's like, I think it's right after the fundraiser. So somehow from the fundraiser to go home, they get in a car accident, and Elizabeth is unconscious, and then she eventually dies. And then Grace is trying to get a call about her getting a heart, which is, if we put two and two together, it's Elizabeth's heart. So you see them take the heart. You don't see them basically take the heart out of Elizabeth, but you see the process of them they get the heart and it's transplanted to the recipient who's going to get the heart, and then you see the heart goes in and how they put it in and connect all the things and how her heart beats. Because by this time, Bob's at home with their dog. Dog don't listen to him, he only listens to his wife. And his wife died. So, he's crying, he's asleep on the floor. And then it's a disappointment, and you have to see it. Heart starts beating. Boom, 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 boom. He wakes up, and you see a picture of Elizabeth. And he knows that her heart's still alive. It's a lovely movie. It has some funny moments in it. Like, Grace gets better. She carries a letter that all recipients get to thank the family for the organ they got from the other family. And her friend's telling her, "You always carrying it. Mail it." So she finally mails the letter. They meet. Actually, Grace and Bob meet. I forgot how they met, but they meet. And Bob falls in love with her, and the dog loves her. You know, dogs know senses. But they fall in love with each other. But she realizes that Grace realizes that the heart that's in her body is his dad's wife's heart. Instead of telling him, she leaves town. Well, she does tell him, but she after she tells him, she leaves town. He follows her to Italy She's half. I forgot to tell you. She's half Italian and half Irish. He tells her grandfather that he aches for his wife. Meaning he misses her. He misses his wife, but he craves her. He says that I ache for. He says I ache for my wife. I ache for Elizabeth. I forget how he says it. It's like he says that he misses his wife, but he craves Grace. Meaning that he still loves his wife, but he loves her in a different way. But he loves Grace more. Something like that. You just gotta watch the movie. So it's a beautiful scene, and it's nuns in it riding a bike. They see her bike, and they like her bike, and she's like, ride it. She's trying to paint, and so, and he's singing don't like that. They sing in Italian, so I don't know what the heck they said. That's and then it's like a following a thing where you see when a donor family comes to the recipient and let them listen to her heart that used to be and the person that they loved and they lost. That's what he does. And then the it's not the last thing. Then they come back to America and they finish up the building. He dedicates the building to his wife, to Elizabeth Rowland. And then he was, and there's a wedding. There's a wedding. I ain't telling you the whole thing. There is a wedding. See, you gotta find out whose wedding it is. Is it Grace and Bob or is it somebody else? Because there is another lady who works at her father. Her grandfather owns. Let me just explain this to you. Her grandfather. She has two grandfathers: an Italian grandfather and an Irish grandfather. So, you wanna know how that be? Because her grandfather, her Irish grandfather, married the Italian grandfather. I mean, that would be her uncle, wouldn't it? I don't know. They're related. Her grandfather married to this family. I think that's how it went. I don't know if I'm not sure. I don't know. So, anyway. So her grandfather, no, that is her uncle. So her grandfather married into an Italian family. Her grandfather's Irish and her uncle's Italian. So she's Italian-Irish. Guys love this. Where's the grandpa going to? So, I don't know where. Oh, her grandfather owns Irish Italian. They are Irish. Her uncle and her grandfather runs an Italian Irish restaurant. Now they got the Irish good food, except for haggis. Another one that don't ever eat haggis. It's stuff that's haggis is I forget what the meat is, but it's nasty. I'm glad I forgot it. It's stuffed in the organ of the sheep. Okay. But they make some good cabbage. Okay. So, Italians with the banana. Anyway, you barely get to you can barely see how. So anyway, he's talking about Anyway. So that's it. Oh, I said what the bunny. I don't know no Irish words. So bye.